two teams out there, tonight that were scrapping and clawing and have had some tough breaks not go their way in the early part of the conference season. And, we've played so many good games, entertaining games, haven't always came out the way I would like them. Against NC State last year, the overtime game, the year before that, here an overtime game. I think every game's been close. And it's, there's so many ebbs and flows in the games that we've played against them. Mark does a great job of, even when the team is maybe not, fluid in their offense or defense, just sticking with it, and then they get it going. And that's exactly what happened this evening. And I'm proud of our guys, the way we responded. We did a great job on the glass. Offensive rebounds were a big key. And our seniors led us, and that's what we need. Those guys need to carry us, to be honest with you. And Marcus and Adam and Nick did exactly that. And we got just enough from the other guys. I thought Josh really helped us in the second half. But that's a great win for us on the road against a high-quality team. Both of us are in the same boat. We've lost some games that, unfortunately, we figured out a way to snag defeat out of the jaws of victory on a couple. And it's hard. And one of the things I think speaks volumes for our guys, and obviously for Mark and his team, is the guys just keep competing. They bounce back and they keep fighting. And over in the big scheme of things, that's going to help both teams down the road. That was a long thing, so take it easy on the questions.
Yeah, Coach, I guess there's a lot more than just one play, but
yeah.
NC State had gotten it down to 1 point, and there's a 5-point possession there, and that starts you guys on a 15-1 run when they had momentum and you got it back. How critical, I guess, was that play in that sequence?
Well, I think the first thing that was critical in that play was James White on the first tip on the offensive rebound. Just an unbelievable effort. And you watch it on film, you're going to be amazed at the effort he gave. He kept it alive, and then that's when Marcus got the ball and got fouled on the shot. I didn't see it after. I just saw the ball up in the air, So the 2 extra free throws definitely helped, And after some of the stuff we've been through, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't mind it at all, But it's hard. It's an emotional game. I think both teams are fighting and competing, and a mistake was made, and guys do that. Yet later on in the game, James White did the same thing on the flagrant one, where there's a scrum and a scramble. 2 guys are on the ground, and he kind of grabbed. I think it was Rowan, maybe trying to get up. So that was a good call on that as well. But that was a big play because it started with great effort on our end.
You've been hurt by a free throw disparity this year. Tonight, you shot 34, they shot 24, and more importantly, you made 29 of your 34. Talk about the importance of getting to the line and making the shots.
I worked for a great guy when I started this profession, Judd Heathcote, and he had a great line. You have a wonderful sense for the obvious. And the free throw thing has been unbelievable. It really has been. Some of those, again, the numbers skewed a little bit because they were fouling at the end. But if you look at it, it was even. And if it's even, our record is much different. 2 things that we have focused on. We have to defend better without fouling. That's in the low post and on the drives. I thought we did a better job of that tonight. And we got to limit teams to 1 shot, because a lot of fouls occur on 2nd or 3rd shots, or even if it's an offensive rebound and a kick out, now you're scrambled defensively, and now they drive it and you get a foul there. So we wanted to drive the ball more, and we wanted to get the ball inside, and I thought that was a big key for us to get to the free throw line.
Marcus really came through for you in the second half. When you needed a basket, he was able to get the line or get that shot for you.
That's what he's supposed to do, and he's done that so many times for us. Stepped up, made every free throw that he got fouled on. Big 3-point play on the really good execution of a set that we called for the guys. It's unfortunate, And there's a lot of games left, so you never know what will happen. But at 1-5, people don't realize what kind of year he's having. I think he's the third leading scorer in the ACC. You know, and he has 26 tonight, so he's not going to drop. He's an all-around, just a tremendous player, you know. And every mistake he makes, I have to get on him because you almost can't have him make a mistake. And that's a tough position to be in as a senior. But he's embraced it. He did a great job with our guys over the last 2 days and then today getting ready for the game. You know, he did a great job with our guys. And when you look at the character of this team, what it is, it's a mirror of what Marcus is all about.
When you say he did a great job,
Just in terms of making sure our guys, you know, not lowering expectations, staying positive, all those different things, you know, making sure that any of the negativity that goes on when you lose a couple games does not get on the inside. It stays on the outside. And in this day and age, that's really hard to do, man. I mean, that's hard to do. And you need great leadership to do that. Marcus is providing it, as the other guys are, but he's kind of the lead guy in that.
I want to ask you about the first half surge toward the end of the half. You were up, you were up just 2.
Yep.
And then, you know, we're up like 14, 16.
Right.
From your point of view, what took place there?
We got consecutive stops, and we were able to get out and run. You know, one of the challenges that Mark is facing is just depth. You know what I mean? And I thought in the last 6 minutes of the second half, when we were able to get some stops and clean rebounds, our transition was the difference there. We were able to get out and run. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, we left a lot of points on the table in transition too. Some open court plays that weren't as aggressive as we need, but that was the difference. Our transition points, and sometimes, again, you know, it's 11-0. We had more than 11 because sometimes it's a second chance off the break or whatever, and so. I thought that was the big key, but we're somewhat, and you know, obviously it's not, again, not a thing that's hard to figure out. When we get defensive stops and control the glass, we're so much better on offense because now we're able to break. And when we're able to break, our big guys run pretty good. We got Marcus, who's a great finisher on the break. We got Adam that you have to filter out on in transition because of his three-point shooting ability. We just got to get a couple more guys to finish a little better, and that could become very, very important to us as the season progresses.
You've talked about not letting the team get down over the last few games. Was there any sense of relief? What was the emotion?
Well, you know, there always is. You know, especially it's hard to win on the road in this league. You know, it's a monster, and but again, I think. One of the best things about this team is our expectations have not lowered. And so when we beat Virginia in this game, there's a sense of relief a little bit. But I think our guys came into this game expecting to win the game. If we played the way we're supposed to play, if we play unselfishly, if we play with the positive attitude and the relentless effort that we've kind of building our brand on a little bit, and you know, playing discipline, that's one of our big things, you know, and there's times you can see where we slip away from that, and that was during their run in the second half. A couple turnovers that are just out of sorts, that it's not what we do. You can't dribble the ball from one wing to the other across the lane, you know what I mean, and stumble and bumble and, you know, they get a layup on the other end. That's not who we are. So when we do that, I think our guys expect to win games, and that's, we need to make sure that that's the attitude that we have.
The lineup change, what you say that?
Coach's decision. No, you know, it's just, you search, to be honest with you. I like the defensive matchup with Josh on Barber, even though I thought Adam did a really good job on him in the first half. You know, again, just, you know, trying to, I think Todrick's played better. And he goes 0 for 5 tonight, so that didn't really verify that. But he's been playing better, and so he's earned some more minutes. And so I felt comfortable with, you know, the minutes out there that we had.
What are your thoughts about Jacobs' play tonight? Was this his best game?
Well, yeah, one of the best for sure because it was well-rounded. He got 7 rebounds for us, 5 defensive. He's had some 20-point games where he hasn't got a rebound, which is like mind-boggling. But his focus today was really good. And he's been, the last couple weeks, he's put together some pretty good games in a row, and we're going to need that. Getting in extra work, you know, and so that was a good performance. We needed that tonight.
When you plan for this game, how'd you plan to handle Cat Barber?
He's go to church and pray because you can't guard him. He can get it. Here's the one thing with that kid: he can get a shot off anytime he wants. Anytime he wants. And now that he makes shots, he's really difficult to guard. Now he had to take 27 shots tonight, which is a lot, but he still had 5 assists and no turnovers. He's a great player. I mean, I said he's not one of the premier guards in our league. And you hear ESPN, they talk about this guy's one of the top 5 point guards. If he's not one of the top 5 point guards in the country, I'd like to see the other 4. Because he's that good. He's really good. And he's asked to do a lot right now, and I think the depth is one of the reasons. But, you know, he's 8 for 8 from the free throw line. He hit 2 huge threes for him in the second half. You know, he's what the ACC is all about, you know, the quality players.
Going to wrap it up. Anybody else?
All right, guys.
Please